Hey kids, it's Mr. Fly here, hope you're well. I'm absolutely thrilled to say I've got another new bike in the garage. This particular machine is one of my favourite bikes of the last 2 years, and if you stick around until after the intro, I'll whip the covers off and waste no time in showing you what it is. Okay, so I'll waste no more of your time, I'll whip the cover off and show you what the new bike is. Ta-da! There she is, the classic 350 from Royal Enfield. Now, this particular motorcycle, as I say, is one of my favourite bikes for the last couple of years. It is a bargain priced, low power bike, but it is none the worse for it in my point of view. For riding around the local lanes, this has been an absolute joy when I rode it a couple of years ago now, I think. So I'm absolutely thrilled that Royal Enfield are going to let me have this one for up to the next year if I want it, to thoroughly get under the skin of this bike. So I first rode this bike back in 2022 now, and as I say, I really loved it. Single cylinder character about it. I mean, it's got all that sort of old school feel about it, but without all the old school unreliability. Royal Enfield's quality of build has really come on, even on these bikes that are built down to a budget. I really do love the 350, and it's a bike that if I had room in the garage, I'd definitely buy for myself. In fact, who knows if it gets under my skin, who knows what the future of this one might hold. Anyway, let me just show you, just remind you what the bike looks like. So, I mean, it is, as I say, a basic machine, but look at the chrome on this. This is absolutely a beautiful thing. I don't know about beautiful to clean, because it's got an awful lot of chrome, as I say, but what I do like, proper mudguard look. That hopefully it will keep the thing clean. We'll find out in due course. Beautiful engine on here, single cylinder, air cooled, proper old school stuff for a bit of character. This one's got the rear seat on, which I don't actually like the looks of so much. You can take that off, but it's a bit of a faff to do so. You have to kind of basically remove bolts here. You have to undo the shock absorber thing. I have a bit of form with doing shock absorber bolts, and to whip that off. So I don't know, it might stay on, it might come off, it depends. But overall, I just think it's a beautiful looking machine. And in this brown colour scheme, I think it's an absolute winner. All right, so I'm not going to do a review of the bike as such, because I've already done that in that previous video. We'll put a link in the corner if you haven't seen that. But what I will do is get togged up and go out for a ride, and just remind ourselves what the bike's like to ride.
So here we are out on the classic 350, out on those back roads, which is exactly what this bike was invented for, as far as I'm concerned, for poodling around, just enjoying the scenery, of which there's plenty of very nice scenery here at the moment across the fields and so on. And first thing that I'm reminded of when I jump back on the classic 350 is what an honest motorcycle this is. It's just easy to ride, there's nothing complicated about it. It's nice and smooth, it's got this big thumpy engine. It's only low power, puts out something like 20 brake horsepower, so it ain't going to win any races. I mean, even for a 350cc, that's quite low power, isn't it? It's good for about 70 miles an hour top end. I haven't got the chance to try that out here, but whilst I've got the bike, when I do some longer rides, I will do some flat out runs, see how she does. But yeah, it's just a joy to be on. Everything about the bike just works nicely. Switch gears, nice and simple. I love what you're looking at, except for this bit of plastic here. I'm going to have to put a proper key ring on here, because that's going to annoy me. But I love the dash here with this old school dial. I love what they've done with the switch gear, continually old school. Not so keen on the mirrors, but they work all right. And it's a very comfortable place to be as well. Your feet are quite well forward. I mean, they're not foot forward cruiser style, but they are more further forward than, say, on my Speed Twin, where your legs are a little bit more tucked up under you. It's just a very easy bike to ride and live with. It's 191 kilograms, so relatively light, I suppose, and that's with 90% fuel, by the way. And it being a single cylinder, it'll be super frugal as well. So well, not only is it easy to live with, it'll be cheap to live with. Talking of money, just a reminder of how much these bikes are. This particular one with a fancy bronze and chrome paint scheme, I think comes in at 4,619 when I last checked. If you go for the more straightforward colours, the ones without the chrome, then I think you're looking at close to 4,500. I mean, that is an absolute bargain for a brand new motorcycle, isn't it? And the thing is, these don't feel trumpery at all. This feels completely solid on the road. The engine sounds nice. The fit and finish on it is lovely. You know, when you use the clutch, it feels quality. The gearbox changes nicely. There's just nothing about this bike, really, that I don't like, even if it costs twice that money. So yeah, really thrilled to be back on the classic 350, and it's great that I've got it for a longer period this time, a proper long-term test, to see how I get on living with one of these. There's a big difference between just borrowing a bike for a test ride at a dealer, or even if you're able to get them from manufacturers for press loans, you often only get them for a couple of weeks in the summer or something. When you actually live with one through winter, I'm recording this in January. It's a cold day, it's 3 degrees out, but it's still an absolute pleasure to be on the bike. That's why I've got my heated gloves on, by the way. And they also look a bit old school, don't they? Look a bit like gauntlets, these Kawasaki heated gloves. These are the ones with the batteries in, as opposed to the ones that I use, that I plumb into the bike itself, because I haven't got the plumbing for those on here, but I might have to sort that out. But yeah, it's one of those bikes. Look, I'm in top gear, I'm doing 50 miles an hour. I've no desire to go any faster. It's not that sort of bike. This isn't about thrills and spills. It's about, as I say, riding along at sedate speed, enjoying the countryside.
So there we have it, another long-termer in the stable. Huge thanks to Royal Enfield for making the bike available to me. I cannot wait to get to properly know this motorcycle. What I intend to do is to use it as I would if it were my own. So I'm going to be taking it out mostly on local rides around the back lanes on sunny days. That's what this sort of bike's all about. I might take it on the odd tour, perhaps a biker scran or two, things like that. So if you're interested in the Enfield 350, do stick around to the channel. Hit subscribe if you've not done so already, because there'll be a lot more content coming up on this bike. And then towards the end of the season, towards the end of my period with the bike, I'll do a comprehensive lessons learned type review and other videos on the way, all about the Enfield Classic 350. So hope you're as excited as I am. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything in particular you'd like to know about the bike, and I'll make sure I'll cover that off in one of the future videos. But for now, that's it. Look forward to speaking to you again soon. Until then, this has been the Mr. Flyer. Cheerio.
Hey kids, we're the Mr. Flyers.